Today we are looking at Terranigma, Super Famicom, 1995, developed by Quintet. If you ever played this game, and you only could if you imported the European cart, downloaded the ROM, or played the fan translation, you probably remember the moment Ark first opened that door. The door out of the underground village, the first view of the dead continent. This game was never released in North America, not because nobody wanted it, the English localization was finished. The publisher just wasn't around anymore. By the time it was ready, let us go back to the autumn of 1995. The 20th of October, Enix shipped this cartridge on the Super Famicom in Japan. The developer was Enix. It was a small Tokyo studio called Quintet. Quintet was founded in 1989, maybe under 30 people. The two people who built it both came from Nihon Falcom. The writer was Tomoyoshi Miyazaki. He written the script for Wise, the original trilogy. The programmer was Masaya Hashimoto. He'd been the lead programmer and director on Yais 1 and 2. The two of them did those Falcom games together. Then, they left and started Quintet. In 1990, Quintet shipped its first game, ActRaiser, a side-scrolling action game with a strategic city-building layer. One of the standout early SNES titles. Then they started a series. Fans later called it the Heaven and Earth Trilogy. Soul Blazer in 1992, Illusion of Gaia in 1993, Terranigma in 1995. The connecting theme was the rebirth of the world. Miyazaki said it himself in a 1995 interview, destruction and creation are linked together. Terranigma was the first game Miyazaki fully directed on his own. He started in late 1993, right after Gaia shipped. 2 years of development. The cart was 32 megabits, large for the era. The character designer they brought in was a manga artist named Kamui Fujiwara. At the time, Fujiwara was drawing the official Dragon Quest manga, Emblem of Roto, which Enix was publishing in their monthly magazine. Fujiwara said in a later interview, Enix was already publishing my Dragon Quest manga, so contacting me through Quintet was easy. He originally wanted Ark's hair to be blue. Blue is the color of the Earth incarnation. The SNES color palette could handle it. They changed the hair to gold. Fujiwara said in 2021 that he still wants to give Ark his blue hair back. The 20th of October, 1995. Terranigma shipped in Japan. 200,000 copies sold there. Famitsu gave it 30 out of 40. What players remember can really be put on screen? It is the moment Ark first opened that village door and saw a dead, empty continent outside. It is watching the land get rebuilt, piece by piece. It is plants returning, animals returning, then human cities regrowing from ruins. It is the closing track, light and darkness, when it starts. A lot of games tried to copy that feeling. None of them got it right. But this game never came out in North America. The English version was done. There just wasn't a publisher. In November 1995, Enix America, Enix, a subsidiary, shut down. The parent company decided to pull out of the North American market. By the time the localization wrapped up, the office in Redmond was already empty. Nintendo of Europe stepped in. The 19th of December, 1996. The European release shipped in English, German, French, and Spanish, published by Nintendo, not Enix. That is when North American players figured out what they missed. The ending of the game lines up too well with what happened to the studio. Ark walked across the world rebuilding it, land, life, civilization. He fought the final boss, and then he disappeared. The underground village of Krista disappeared too. The world became normal human history. Real cities like New York and Tokyo started showing up on the map. The hero had to die for the world to continue. After Terranigma shipped, the Quintet team scattered. In 1995, the art director Koji Yokota left and started a new studio called Shade Inc., taking a group of core staff with him. Tomoyoshi Miyazaki went with them. Quintet kept making games for a while, a few PS1 titles, each one selling worse than the last. On the 29th of March 2002, the official Quintet bulletin board posted its last message. As we cannot currently release any information, we will close this bulletin board. There was no formal dissolution announcement, no bankruptcy news. In March 2008, the official website went dark. The company just quietly stopped existing. The story should have ended there. But in 2021, something happened. Kamui Fujiwara, the manga artist, and Miyoko Kobayashi, one of the original composers, started a campaign together, a petition asking Square Enix to remaster or re-release Terranigma. For the petition, they drew new artwork. They wrote a new main theme. In an interview, Fujiwara said, "As for Mr. Miyazaki, the director, he seems to have disappeared. He probably can be contacted." Square Enix has not publicly responded to the petition. Both Fujiwara and Kobayashi were already in their 60s. That autumn of 1995, the door of Krista Village was opened for the first time. 30 years on, the continent behind that door is still there. The people who drew it and scored it are paying out of their own pockets to do it again. The studio they were in when they first made it, nobody can find it anymore. Follow me. See you next time.